Being a professional oyster farmer, I get asked quite a few questions, but there's one question in particular that a lot of people ask me, and it's how long can I keep my oysters fresh and alive in the refrigerator? And in this episode, that's exactly what I'm going to explain to you, and you're going to be amazed how long and how easy it is to do it. So before we get started, let's discuss the oyster a little bit so you can get a better understanding about this amazing animal. An oyster is an animal. It's a saltwater animal. As you can see here, it has a flat side. This is what's called the flat side, or you can call it the plate. And then there's the rounded side, which this is called the cup. And this is where the oyster holds its liqueur. You know, some people might call it salt water, but it's actually not salt water. The juice of an oyster is actually liqueur. That is the name of it. Well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. An oyster does hibernate just like a bear would. Once the water gets, below 50 degrees, around 42 degrees, the oyster will go to sleep, and it will stay asleep until the water in the spring warms back up over 50 degrees. So this oyster will go to sleep, and by putting it in your refrigerator is exactly what you're doing. You want to keep your refrigerator around 35 to 40 degrees, which is the normal temperature of pretty much any refrigerator in the normal household. And this oyster is going to go to sleep. Right now, this oyster is active where, if it was out in the ocean, it would still open itself up and try to filter and try to eat as much as possible so it can create all its sugars. And the sugars that it creates for itself, that's what it will be feeding on while it's in hibernation. So it's actually, believe it or not, a pretty smart animal and an amazing one. So there's going to be very few things that you're going to need in order to store this oyster in your refrigerator fresh up to 3 months. If you do it correctly, the way I'm going to show you here, up to 3 months. I don't think they'll last in your fridge for 3 months. If they do, you must not like oysters that much. So let me show you what it is you're going to need. So what you're going to need is, you already have your oysters. You're going to need 2 kitchen towels, or maybe just 1 big kitchen towel, and of course a bowl to put your oysters in. So what you're going to do is, with cold water, you're going to wet your kitchen towel and you're going to wring it out. You don't want this to be accumulating any fresh water inside of the bowl. So it can't be dripping water in here, because oysters, like I said, they're a saltwater animal, and if they become submerged in fresh water, it can poison them and it will kill them. So make sure it's just damp with cold water, and that's it. So 1 for the bottom and 1 for the top to cover them, and I'll show you that after. But the basics is, I was talking about, the cap side, the flat side, and the cup side. You just want to lay them down in the bowl with the round side down, the cup side down. And it doesn't matter how you do it. Try to do it as straight as possible. Don't put them like on an angle like that. Just, around the bowl, just like so. There we go. I mean, I don't think this video is going to be that long where I need to do this. I think I can do it live and you guys can tolerate. Oh, and speaking of that, tolerate, if at this point you guys like this video, please give the video a thumbs up. And just before the end of the video, if you have not subscribed and you want to subscribe to the channel, click the subscribe button. I would certainly appreciate it. And here's the last one, but you can see they're all stacked, they're all compact, one on top of the other. And now the reason why I put it, it's important to put the cup side down like this, one on top of the other. Some of these guys, they can be a little wise guys and, you know, try to open up. So if I was to store them like this, and let's say this wise guy, all of a sudden a week from now decides he wants to open up thinking that, oh, I'm going to eat something, or like maybe he's sleepwalking or something. Well, once he loses that liqueur, because if he was this way, all that liqueur is going to, you know, gush out of him. He's going to lose it. And once he loses that, he can no longer get it back because obviously he's not in salt water anymore. So this guy right here is in trouble. He is going to dry out. He's going to die. So like this, he can open, be a wise guy and open up all he wants. He's not going to lose his liqueur. It'll still stay within the cup. That's why this step is very important. Just like that. And then to finish it up, I mean, I'm not going to get this cloth wet here because I am going to be eating these oysters tonight. So you just take this to your sink, you wet it in cold water, and then at the end, this is all you do. You just cover them up. And periodically, just like that, and periodically you come, if you start seeing that the cloths are starting to dry out, because yes, even though they're in the fridge, they will tend to dry out. All you do is just start the process all over again. And when you want to eat a fresh oyster, all you do is you go in your refrigerator, you take out as many as you want, and there you have it. Cover it back up with a nice damp cold water cloth. And that is exactly how it's done. So it's super easy. I've done this method. I mean, I don't really do it anymore because, you know, I'm an oyster farmer. I have them fresh daily. So, but this is a way to answer the question that a lot of people have, is how can I keep them fresh for a long time in my refrigerator? And this right here is exactly how you can do it. So, voila. Super simple, right? Okay, friends, there you go. It's the end of the video. What do you think of that idea? Do you like that? Give it a shot, it works. And be honest with me. Did you click the subscribe button? Did you give the video a thumbs up? If you haven't, I would certainly appreciate it. So guys, hey, I need a screenshot here. So till next time, every single one of you guys stay safe and be sure to check back for the next video.